Green light on. Alright, we're good. Alright. So, the effects are already out for this one, right? What was the only effects that we needed here? This was the one. How does this chapter end again? They go home. Yeah, I don't remember where the sound effect is. I would imagine it's towards the end, but I don't know. Alright, anyways. Let's see, what do we want here? We're gonna need crickets. This is the one I wanted to start yesterday. But no. Chapter 5 was a pain in the butt. Like a major pain in the butt. No, that's not what I need. I need, the USB drive. Here. Wow, the fan is having a rough day today. Nothing new. Hello. Queen, day, and night. Some of these names, man. Crickets. Okay. We're gonna get a lot done today because I got the piece that I need to finally make this project public. So, thank you to Jennifer Arts for her generous work. And yeah, you guys can expect to probably see something up soon. Hopefully. Now this isn't part of part 1. This is just part of the second part. Like I'm working ahead like I usually do. Okay, so I need to go turn that down. Because, yeah, I think we're good here with the effects. I don't even remember where an effect is in this chapter. Alright, this is a high quality one. I know that for a fact. 5. Okay. Oh, we need more of us fade in. Let's see if this might work. So it's like right there. It's about right there. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. So what exactly are you doing? I'm making a breathing, but it's not pony. This is something new that's coming to the channel. Alright, let's see. We go to chat. We go to 3. What's the next effect? Or not the... Well, yeah. Alright, so let's go ahead and go get that one that I got yesterday. And completely thought was another thing completely, but... Oh well. Okay. Does that fit here? I don't know. Maybe not. Let's see, what can we put in the background? Good question. That's a tough one. So if they're right next to like a food establishment that cooks food, you'd hear like some like cooking in the background, right? Like pots, pans, stuff like that. Let me try something like this. So let's go get... I'm gonna need that at some point, but not now. Really? Okay, so that would be on the USB. Under the free YouTuber... Am I awake? I don't know. Am I? Bacon sizzling or something like that. Food. Something to do with like bacon or food. Meat. Sizzling. Sizzling meat cooking on a hot barbecue plate. That's the one. This is the one I always use for like background effects when you're like in a cooking environment. I'm also voice acting in a script, well, as well as someone else's. Nice, very nice. Good to hear. That's what I like to hear. Because if you're gonna be a voice actor, you just gotta kind of put yourself out there. You gotta try and keep trying and trying and trying. Okay, so this gotta be very low. Okay, still too noisy. So it's gotta sound in the distance. "5 daisies and 10 sweet flowers rested upon the table Ganyu had decided to occupy with her." Okay, hang on. I'm playing as an orca. Oh, well, okay. Orca, well, same thing. I think. Don't quote me on that. Hello, Izzy Mumbo. Okay, so if you're at like a fast food restaurant, so there's got to be something here to fit the atmosphere. So how am I gonna do that? Do I just do what I did on chapter 1? Because there wouldn't be people out. There's never any people out. Just trying to think of what the atmosphere is here. Gosh, it's a tough one. This is a tough one. So what did I do? Oh yeah, I remember now. I did something like this. Audio clip, please. Thank you. 4 layers all ready for just the start. Alright, so we need... Oh god, what's the name of that track? Would it be like right at the start? Because I used it not too long ago. Running footsteps, clinking glasses. Okay, I gotta find that thing. Elementary school playground. Like, this is the closest thing I can get to, like, a natural environment of this, like, era. So, now I gotta figure out how I did this. Which I'm sure I'll figure out pretty quickly. It's not that big of a deal. Alright, turn her down quite a bit. Okay, very high quality. So I need to turn it down quite a lot. Either that or I'm just gonna have to cut out some parts. Mm-mm. "5 daisies and 10 sweet flowers rested upon the table Ganyu had decided to occupy." Alright, hang on. What happens if I were to put that music in there? I don't know. Because, okay, I remember I played with the pitch. If it'll let me. So, like, if I go like... Okay, so that thing needs to go. Because that's a problem. So I believe that's right there. Yep. Because what I've got to make it sound like is adults. So the easiest way, pitch it. So, one step at a time here. Okay, that's fine. I don't know what they're saying, but okay. Reminds me of my days on the playground. "5 daisies and 10 sweet flowers rested upon the table Ganyu had decided to occupy with her colleague, having been picked by said occupant along their walk around the perimeter of Mondstadt's walls. It had taken around 20 minutes to do a whole lap around the entirety of the city's borders, the trek having been peaceful with some conversation, to which both of them had enjoyed dearly after going through the past days of sorrow and grief. While the sights had been nowhere near the massive peaks of Leeway, it had been a peaceful serenity that the two could agree had been a great change of pace to their current situation. They even stopped to admire the view of Mondstadt Cider Lake, the site having been the equivalent of Okay. Good question. I think... Didn't I have that one just the other day? The one where it's the piano playing? Sorry guys, I'm talking mostly to myself. That one. Can't think of what it's called though. And yes, I am safe to use this music. It's not copyright based. I've tested it twice already, and it doesn't count as copyright. So that's good. Okay, so what am I looking for? Mondstadt music. Really? Just hope everything plays nice. Mondstadt music. If I can spell. Is it this one? Nope, that's the opening. Okay, that's Twilight Serenity. Legend of the Wind. I don't think that's it. The City Favored by Wind. That could be it. No, I know that theme. City Favored by Wind. Bustling Afternoon. No. Dusk. Could be Dusk. No. Mondstadt Starlick. I know what that one is. Moonlight in Mondstadt. Yeah, you gotta tread very carefully here. I'm not gonna download this entire folder. I'm just... Ooh. That's pretty. I don't think that's it, though. Another Day in Mondstadt. I don't think that's it. Windborne Hymn, I know that one is. That's the church music. Silhouette and Silk Steps. Wait, is this What's Your Face's music? Oh no, that's the sneaky music. That's when you get the thingamajig. Perilous Path. This sounds like the Senor thing. Oh, I think I know which one that is. That's probably Deluxe Domain or something like that. Say my name, say my name, say it louder. I think I know who this is. No. Didn't expect that. No. No. Storm Befalls, that's when What's-His-Face arrives. And the most replayed, what's mostly replayed? Is that Leeway? Could be Leeway. Okay, well, let me do proper English here. Let's do this again. Alright, let's see. Is it this one? Monster at Night, maybe? That's it. Monster at Night. Okay, simple. Simple. At night. Okay, I don't need a full hour version of it. I just need a good one. Midnight Mondstadt. Ooh, that works too. Okay, I do know which one that is. Sorry guys, but when you pick music, you have to be very particular about it. Gotta pay attention. Moonlight Mondstadt, no. Okay, I just probably gotta go here. Oops, not there, god damn it. Oh wait, is it? No, it's not. I need to go to the playlist, my bad. This place right here. Da, 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 da. Okay. Mondstadt at Night. Mondstadt battle theme. Okay, I don't need everything game or computer, whatever, YouTube. Person, whoever you are. What's that at night? Come on, just give me the goddamn thing. For goodness sake. Dusk in Mondstadt. Okay, fuck it. I'm just taking a cover. That's a tutorial. Oops. Okay, that's the tutorial. So where did that one. 52 seconds, but it can be played on loop. This one. Okay, convert. It's elementary, dear Watson. Why do I keep saying elementary like it's British? Elementary school. Not elementary. I'm a weirdo. Anyways. Oh shit, we better close this because there might be some stuff that is not supposed to be seen on YouTube. Yikes. Not a fun day. Because I've been doing this for long enough to know how to set a mood. But there are sometimes things that are really hard to get right. Do this. Okay. Open. Hello. Oh my god. Thank you. Alright. I need to get past this shit right here. Hopefully this is right. This is the city's borders. Oh god, that's loud. Maybe it's that. The city's... Yep, okay, there we go. Oh, I'm not at the beginning. Oopsie. Need to go back a little bit. There we go. Alright. chat. I'm awake. 100%, guys. I'm awake.
The city's border.
Okay, then just go down more still.
"5 daisies and 10 sweet flowers rested upon the table Ganyu had decided to occupy with her colleague. Having been picked by said occupant...
Still a little too noisy. We'll add a balancer just in case.
"5 daisies and 10 sweet flowers rested upon the table Ganyu had decided to occupy with her colleague. Having been picked by said occupant along their walk around the perimeter of Mondstadt's walls.
There we go.
It had taken around 20 minutes to do a whole lap around the entirety of the city's borders, the trek having been peaceful with some conversation, to which both of them had enjoyed dearly after going through the past days of sorrow and grief. While the
wow,
sight
it's
had been
really
nowhere
short.
near the massive peaks of Leeway, it had been a peaceful serenity that the two could agree had been a great change of pace to their current situation. They even stopped to admire the view of Mondstadt Cider Lake, the sight having been the equivalent of looking into the very manifestation of infinity, given how the lake had no borders and extended long beyond the horizon of Tevat. It had been a view the two of them had never seen, and had led them to feeling as if all turmoil had disappeared from the world for just the slightest moment. But it was eventually broken by Mondstadt's church bell ringing out the current time at the moment. It had rung 7 times, meaning dark was approaching, which led them back into the city.
Okay. So this still is off a little bit, so I need to still fix that a little bit. So up the pitch a little bit. See if that might work.
"5 daisies and 10 sweet flowers rested upon the table Ganyu had decided to occupy with her colleague. Having been... It had rung 7 times, meaning dark was approaching, which led them back into the city. Kuching had chosen Good Hunter as her preferred place to eat at, so Ganyu hadn't objected and had led her to their current spot. Her attendee's face was shielded by the provided menu of the establishment, scrolling through the massive variety of dishes that the place had to offer. As expected, Ganyu's nose had met the overwhelming scent of meat dishes, but to avoid being disrespectful to her co-worker, she just powered through the smell. Kuching had been aware Ganyu wasn't a meat fan, so in return, she had decided to avoid getting something like steak or anything beefy. It was practically like eating one of Ganyu's own chilin, and she didn't want to offend or disgust her colleague. Therefore, she turned to the seafood part of the menu and found a dish similar to her favorite that she'd usually order from Leeway Harbor's restaurants. A fancy dish named Crispy Potato Shrimp Platter.
Okay, so that fucking narration is flipping loud. Keep in mind, guys, I was a little rusty. And I've been at the mic for quite some time. Alright, so 1. Lower that down just a few pegs.
It had rung 7 times, meaning dark or disgust her colleague. Therefore, she turned to the seafood part of the menu and found a dish similar to her favorite that she'd usually order from Leeway Harbor's restaurants.
That works.
A fancy dish named Crispy Potato Shrimp Platter. She lowered the menu, to which Ganyu winced at, surprised that Kuching had found something so quick in the array of dishes listed. Find something? Ganyu asked.
Okay, I think the bacon might still be a little too noisy. Bacon is on 3. Or more. Give it a look. We'll give it a thingy just in case. Or wait, do I already have one on? It's on 3, yeah. I think 3 already has the thing on it. It does have a balancer. So still needs to be a little lower than that.
Or discussed her colleague. Therefore, she turned to the seafood part of the menu and found a dish similar to her favorite that she'd usually order from Leeway Harbor's restaurants. A fancy dish named Crispy Potato Shrimp Platter. She lowered the menu, to which Ganyu winced at.
How you doing, Rapidash?
She had found something so quick in the array of dishes listed. Find something? Ganyu asked. Yeah, it's very similar to the golden shrimp balls I used to order all the time in Leeway Harbor's food establishments. Kuching replied. Ganyu could see that Kuching had decided against anything like red meat or poultry for her sake.
I'm actually doing really good today because I got stuff that I can actually start doing work with. So you can expect some content soon because I finally have one project. I have all the pieces I need. Finally. It's gonna be different. Just letting you know. My channel is strictly not just pony anymore, as the community post that I put says.
It's very similar to the golden shrimp balls I used to order all the time in Leeway Harbor's food establishments.
Okay.
Kuching replied. Ganyu could see that Kuching had decided against anything like red meat or poultry for her sake, and immediately spoke out on it. Lady Kuching, please don't hold back on ordering what you truly want because of me. Ganyu stated, this meal is for you, and I don't want to be the reason why you order something that...
What the hell was that?
Stated.
God damn! I can hear that one clear as day. Hot damn! What the hell was that? Alright, let's overlap that.
Stated. This meal is for you, and I don't want to be the reason why you order something that you don't want.
Why did I say reason like that?
Kuching shook her head. No, it's fine. Kuching assured. I'm not a huge fan of things like steak anyway. I'm more a fish or seafood type of person.
Okay.
So please, don't worry about it. Reluctantly, Ganyu just nodded her head.
Hey, one guy.
All right, I believe you. Ganyu assured. Kuching smiled and nodded.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Good hunter. She gave her order
Oh,
to the waitress
first sound effect.
and walked back to the table.
Sorry, sound effect.
Smiled and nodded, getting up and walking to the counter of good hunting to the counter.
Walking, okay. Need the sound. Okay. So this would make a mild echo, I would believe. Something along those lines. Don't know what our pooch is barking at, but yeah, he's going wild. He barks at his own shadow. He barks at his own shadows all the time, so what's new? Alright, that's the one. Okay. So I only need what, like 5? 4, something like that. Well, my streams aren't the most, lively, but that's because, well, it's work. It's not having fun and playing games. It's work. I just like having people in the stream because, this kind of work is kind of boring on your own because you're just listening to the same person, you, talk. And adding in everything to make it come to life, basically. Alright, the high heels one is always a little tricky. Okay, let's give it a little bit of a limiter first. Gotta do this in a specific order. Okay, so do that.
To the counter of good hunter. She gave her...
That works. Alright, reverb. So just a mini little reverb. So, small studio with the effectiveness kind of down.
To the counter of good hunter.
Nope, still too too much. All right, there I would say.
To the counter of good hunter. She gave her order.
Nope.
To the counter of good hunter. She gave her order to the waitress, Sarah, and walked back to the table, scooting her chair back in.
Okay, hang on.
Walking to the counter of Good Hunter. She gave her order to the waitress, Sarah, and walked back to the table, scooting her chair back in.
Okay, walk back. Where's the walk button?
And walked back.
Walked back. Okay, right there.
And walked back to the table, scooting her chair back in. Should be about 20 minutes. Kuching inquired, looking downward at Ganyu's serving of vegetation. Please, you don't need to wait for me, Ganyu. Eat if you wish to. Ganyu shook her head in disagreement. That would be very disrespectful of me, Lady Kuching. Ganyu stated, I can wait for you to be served your food first.
Okay.
Kuching nodded her head.
Excuse me.
If you wish to, I'll oblige. Kuching agreed. Also, no need to be so formal. Just call me Kuching. Ganyu just agreed, wanting to respect her colleague's wishes. Resting her arms lazily upon the table, Kuching started conversing with her fellow co-worker. It wasn't very often the two got to actually talk about things outside of their occupation, so she took that opportunity.
Okay.
So, how are you liking it here? Kuching started. It's been alright.
Okay, this is where it should shift. So, like, right here. This is where things are going to shift. Because it gets kind of saddish right here.
So she took that opportunity. So, how are you liking it here? Kuching started. It's been alright. Ganyu attempted, not being one for conversation. Between what happened and coping with the reality of it, it's been hard. I see. Kuching replied with sorrow, taking a minute to find. It's been hard.
So, like, right there. It's funny because I was about to fall asleep, but then I checked YouTube and saw you were streaming, so now I must stay up all night here in the UK and watch the stream until it's finished. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. But we will be transferring to a different program after this one, because I don't think Chapter 6 is going to be that big of a deal. Hell, you should have been here yesterday. Yesterday's was a joke. But hey, it's my own writing, so I can only blame myself, right? Alright, so sad music. God, there's a lot of good ones that fit this atmosphere. I think it's probably going to be at most maybe 3 to 4 hours. I don't know. It all depends. There could be one thing that happens that could slow us down, but I don't know. It all depends. Alright, I need to go to my USB drive. Alright, sad. Sad, sad, sad. Not that one. That kind of fits, but it's not really a sad song. It just sounds sad because it's a minor. Oh, shit. Excuse me. See, when you do dark stuff for so long and then you switch this kind of shit, it gets hard. It's sad, sad, sad. Ooh. Would that one work? What's that one called again? Lament. How do I know that? Zhao. I think this one might work. Either that or it might be a little too fast-paced. I remember when I first used this one. So Lyra's song all the way back in 2019-ish, I believe. Either 2018. So let's just see how it blends. Let's just see how it blends.
I see. Kuching replied with sorrow, taking a minute to find the right words. Ever since that night, I've been lost. Everything happened so fast that it doesn't even seem like it's real. Even though I saw the city sink right before my eyes. We were so confident that we had the upper hand and could stop it before it even had a chance to start. But upon the first explosion, I knew that we had been fools that thought we were invincible.
Too loud.
The entire time I was trying to find help among the fires and suffocating smoke. The only thing I was thinking of was the things I cared for the most. I saw my past as a child, my family before I left them to pursue a career.
Oh shit.
The things I never got to do or say.
Dun,
And the
dun,
entire
dun,
time I was
dun,
wondering,
dun.
is this it? Is this my last day? My last breaths? My last chance to say the things I never got to say? It was as if my entire life was flashing before me, and when I had finally accepted that my time had come, I heard the sound of footsteps. They had been hazy and distant, but I knew they had been real. And in that moment, I had done something that I had never done in my entire life. I had turned to the gods for answers.
Because if you don't understand Kuching, she is a non-believer. Like, how do I explain this without not sound like an atheist? She has Kuching's mindset is this, because in Genshin Impact there are gods, but they aren't like the above gods. Like there's two different kinds of gods in Genshin Impact. There's the ones above that pull the strings on the gods below, which the gods below are just the ones that kind of keep order and judgment, like that kind of stuff. Like, they appear as like human, but they actually aren't. But Kuching has the belief that the gods interfere too much with like humans, to, you know, like they don't give humans a chance to like how do I say this? Like, she doesn't believe that the gods need to help humans. Like, she thinks that they interfere too much and should keep to their own business, like that. While Ganyu is the entire total opposite. Like, Ganyu is an Adeptus, which is like a godly creature, kind of like the divine gods, like the Egyptian gods, and like Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, like they're divine and all that shit. Well, Ganyu is half human, half Qilin, which is like a goat. Or, to put it into My Little Pony perspective, it's like the Kirin. Basically, it's the Kirin. So, she has a human form of that. She has horns atop her head. But basically, that's what she is. She served alongside the Geo Archon. So, she basically owes her life to the god. Like the Geo god, the gods, blah blah blah. The Archon. Like, she served in the war as basically his best, like, right hand, soldier. And she made a contract with him to protect the place where she lived. So she obeys the gods, and she's like the polar opposite who thinks gods do too much and don't allow humans to live, like they should. That's why she is so, like, keen on this, because she has never turned to the gods for help. Ever. So for her to turn to the gods, she's desperate.
To the gods for answers. I asked, if the gods really don't judge any of their subjects, then show me now.
Oh, that's the only effect.
And right after that, I saw a silhouette among the flames. It got closer and closer, and once I saw that two horns were atop their head,
ah, shit.
It was you. That's when I called out your name, and you saved me from a sure death. Ganyu gasped at the explanation, knowing Kuching was being serious. She'd always known Kuching as one who despised the gods, so for her to turn to them for an answer in her most desperate moment, she must have truly felt hopeless in her near last moments of life. With that information, the truth hit harder than before, seeing it seemed as if Ganyu had been an answer sent by the gods to save her from death. Something even Ganyu, a servant of Morax, had a hard time believing, but knew for sure that it was true. be honest, before I saw or heard you call out to me, it truly felt as if I'd failed to save any lives, and all I had hoped for was that not to be true. Ganyu confessed. After searching the buildings and seeing the charred bodies of the very people I'd sworn to protect from harm, I really felt like I'd violated my contract and that I had no reason to live anymore. Kuching's eyes bulged at the confession from her colleague, knowing she wasn't bluffing and meant exactly what she was leading to. Had your voice not called out when it did, I probably would have chosen to perish with Leeway Harbor. Ganyu continued. Therefore, in a way, you saved my life as well that night. And I don't believe it's a coincidence that
That timing is uncanny. How do I manage to do that? Because it like goes all soft and nice right as she starts to talk to Kuching like, you're my savior, basically.
you continued.
That's funny.
Therefore, in a way, you saved my life as well that night. And I don't believe it's a coincidence that we met up in both of our greatest moments of hopelessness. As you stated, I think it was an act of fate by the gods, giving us a second chance. Kuching couldn't believe it. Now she knew for a fact that the gods had spared her and Ganyu from death, and that they had not been spared out of pity, but for another reason. Then, let me ask you, seeing you've lived and experienced much more than me, why do you think we were spared? Kuching questioned. Do you think it was solely out of retribution for Leeway Harbor's demise? Ganyu put a hand to her chin in thought, curious herself on why things had played out like they did. In my years of life during the Archon War, I saw many great cities and kingdoms fall, so I doubt it was for that reason. Ganyu explained. I once asked Rex Lapis if he believed Leeway Harbor would outlast eternity, and he...
Oh, you're talking to an atheist here. Hey, I don't care what people are, just as long as it's forced on somebody. I've always believed in God. I've always believed in God. I didn't have to be in a religion in order to, believe there was a God. Plus, there's been so many times in my life where, yeah, it just seriously feels like there's another force at work. Yeah, I don't do that. I'm nice once you get to know me. Everyone, yeah, which makes sense. Oh, there was something to do with Reborn. That must be further up. Let me go up a little bit. I checked out a bit of Reborn, like you suggested. Did trail off a little bit soon into it, but geez, the Dark Narration explaining like how there's a Pegasus who had her wings removed, which is sad as fuck. Yeah, it was intended to basically just set the mood. Nice talking to you. I'm going to one guy by. I'm going to go by one guy by Sir Hor. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Just call me Sparrow. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Really? Come on, bitch. Oh, I know why.
outlast eternity, and even he said he didn't believe it would. Seeing every nation eventually meets its end, no matter how great it may be. It's part of the natural flow of history and time, and corrosion is the ultimate enemy of anyone or anything. Kuching nodded in agreement. If the very god who created Leeway Harbor said that, then our reasoning for surviving that night is definitely not due to the current actions we are forging with Mondstadt's government. Kuching analyzed. But, if not that reason, then what else? Ganyu answered by putting her right hand atop Kuching's. Then what else? Ganyu answered by putting her right hand atop Kuching's left one, lightly smiling.
Dun 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 dun. Yep. This guy never leaves his viewers in the dust anyway, so you remember that. Yeah, I have peripheral vision, so I can see when something pops up in chat. But if I'm in like heavy focus, I normally don't see it. It's not that I'm ignoring people, it's just that I'm currently in focus mode and I'm just completely set on one thing. But yeah, like yesterday. Yesterday was a day of focus mode because I had to make a sound effect completely out of scratch. Okay, what's the name of that one? Keep going. Video software, it's understood, no worries. Also, by the way, just for fun, the chapter that I worked on when you were here, yeah, there was an error with it, so I had to fix something in it. And I listened back to it, you can't even tell the difference. It was just a sound effect problem, luckily, because... So I'm very thankful that it was just a sound effect, because I could just what's the word? I could like underlayer it. See you, Rainbow Dash. I need to turn this down first. God, don't ever forget that. There's one more where I was doing chapter 1 and the freaking explosion goes up. Killed my eardrums.
The gods work in mysterious ways, and the best thing we can do is keep living the lives we were granted a second chance at.
Okay, I have no idea.
Ganyu advised.
I'll put a balancer on just in case.
The reason of our survival that night will come with time. What's best
Way
not
too
to
noisy.
even worry about it and focus on the present. Kuching nodded, realizing Ganyu's words were correct. She was worrying about something that will eventually come to both of them in the future. When? Only the gods knew that answer. You're right. Kuching admitted with a blush. Looks like old habits don't die easily. Ganyu giggled at that. Let's just enjoy the night. Ganyu finished, moving her hand back to her...
Okay, you can actually hear me hit the microphone right there. Let's see if I can't get some of that out. Well, not hit it, but you know what I mean. Plosives.
Let's just enjoy the night. Ganyu.
Okay, let me see something. Can I cut that out? Something like that. Is it just that?
Let's just enjoy the night.
I'm just gonna do let's enjoy the night. Let's just enjoy the night. Oh shit. How about right there?
Let's just enjoy the night. Ganyu finished, moving her hand back to her side of the table. So they did, without a single thought of anything to do with their current situation. You giggled at that. Let's just enjoy the night. Ganyu finished, moving her hand back to her side of the table. So they did, without a single thought of anything to do with their current situation. Kuching received her meal around the estimated wait time of 20 minutes later, and as they ate together, they enjoyed the sights the night had to offer while having laughs over tales of their past. It had turned out that this hadn't been Kuching's first time in Mondstadt, and that she had been there before as a young aspiring child. She had come here with her parents, mainly to sightsee and taste the cuisine during the Windbloom Festival, and Kuching had been amazed at the sights of the celebration. She had only been able to attend a single day before heading back to Liyue, but less to say, she remembered that single day perfectly. The city was bustling with bars. Remembered that.
Okay, hang on. Closest thing I've done to what you do is CapCut editing, mostly putting music or OST I like into it in my spare time, and Speaking of dark subjects, your OC reminds me of my own OC I made before Tia. Only I didn't know how to explain it because I didn't want you to think I'm stealing or copying, or if I'm accusing you. It's just my character and yours are somewhat similar, blah 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 blah. Curse, he is pretty much one with outer world entity, a world serpentine, pretty much. No, you're fine. It's fine. It's a cliche, basically. A lot of like backstories, especially if they're dark, are going to relate to a lot of similar things.
Remembered that single day perfectly.
I know that.
The city was bustling with bards and tons.
Okay, I think there needs to be more space there. Because it seems like I'm going a little too quick right there. Where is it? Right here. Yep. Okay, I need to push that out just a little further. Because it's a little too quick for my liking. See, that might work.
Single day perfectly. The city.
Okay, now it's too far off. How about there?
Day perfectly. The city was bustling with bards and
there we go.
Decor that symbolized their god Barbados in more ways than one. Kuching explained, having finished her order.
We're having some pizza. We're having some pizza rolls. Do you want any?
Not right now. No.
Okay. Day perfectly. The city was bustling with bards and tons of different decor that symbolized their god Barbados in more ways than one. Kuching explained, having finished her order. It's definitely something everyone should experience at least once when they visit here, even if they reside from another nation. Ganyu felt as if she were talking to a whole different person at this point. She'd known Kuching as a strict and hard worker that didn't take any clout in her duties as the Yuhong. So to see her so open and carefree without being drunk was a whole different kind of experience for Ganyu. She seemed like a kid who was telling her every story she possibly knew, and Ganyu was all for listening. I'm sure it's an amazing experience. Ganyu agreed, nibbling away at the remaining petals of the sweet flower gripped in her right hand. It's basically the Mondstadt version of Liwei's Lantern Rite Festival, only with different traditions and such. Kuching stated confidently. She paused for a short moment, wondering if she should even say her next words. Eventually, she decided to just go for it, seeing it wasn't anything illegal or offensive. Perhaps I can show you myself, if we manage to survive until next spring. Kuching offered. Ganyu blushed and winced at that comment, surprised that Kuching had even offered her any sort of acquaintance as such. Kuching, that's very kind of you, but I'm not the best with festivals or any sort of social gathering. Ganyu stumbled. I'd most likely run the experience. Kuching shook her head. Ganyu, I've worked with you for nearly 2 decades now. If I can put up with you for that long, I doubt you could run a festival for me. Kuching countered. Besides, I wouldn't make the experience to a point where you'd feel uncomfortable. I know full well that you aren't a socialite, so I'd make it so that you'd be able to enjoy the festival without being put outside your comfort zone. Oh? In what way would you accomplish that? Ganyu asked. By allowing you to see the sights, taste the food, sample the drinks that are non-alcoholic, and all together just have a good time. Ganyu gripped her chin in thought, pondering about the proposition she'd been offered, eventually coming to a conclusion. Very well, Kuching. I accept. Ganyu assured.
What was that?
I accept.
Oh, I know what that
Ganyu
was.
assured. That is, if we get to that point. Kuching nodded, coming back to reality. Right. Let's focus on the matter at hand first. Then, once it's resolved, make plans for the Windbloom Festival next year. Sounds good. Ganyu agreed, chomping down the last of her dinner. Well, now that we're full and our hunger is satisfied, shall we get back to the room? Sure. After all, tomorrow is going to be a long day, so we'd best get some rest. Kuching agreed, following Ganyu in getting up from her seat and moving back to the practical home they'd been provided.
Okay, so it has to start fading out like right here somewhere. So, this is gonna be interesting. Okay, so I need this to have a volume thing on it. Because that's the sound of like the baking, the like restaurant area. Let's see, we need this. Okay. Something like this.
And moving back to the practical home they'd been provided. It was only a short walk of about 5 minutes, the two coming to the door in less than that and unlocking it. Entering the abode, Ganyu lit the provided candles with their accompanied...
Okay, hang on. Hang on a second. Oh, that's probably what happened.
And moving back to the practical home they'd been provided. It was only a short walk of about 5 minutes, the two coming to the door in less than that and unlocking it. Entering the abode, Ganyu lit the provided candles with their accompanied matches, something she hadn't noticed the previous night, and moved to the bathroom.
Okay, hang on. I gotta make some cuts here.
It was only a short walk of about 5 minutes, the two coming to the door in less than that and unlocking it. Entering the abode, Ganyu lit the provided...
Okay, stop for a minute. Entering the abode. I think I just need something like this.
It was only a short walk of about 5 minutes, the two coming to the door in less than that and unlocking it. Entering the abode, Ganyu lit the provided candles with their accompanied...
Yep, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna get a few sound effects here. Okay, so entering the abode. Right here.
Entering the abode, Ganyu lit the provided candle.
Okay, so now everything needs to go shut. Okay, let's see. We need to cut this first. Then this. Do that. Do that.
Entering the abode, Ganyu lit the provided candles with their accompaniment.
Entering the abode. So let's see. We have a series of sound effects going on here.
In getting up from her seat and moving back to the practical home and moving back.
Okay, moving. So first we need walking. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? So like what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there.
Moving back to the practical home they'd been provided. It was only a short walk of about 5 minutes, the two coming to the door in less than that and unlocking it.
Unlocking.
Entering the abode.
Entering the abode. So
Entering the...
we need a sound effect. I need to use the bath before that though. That's what coffee does to you. Makes you want to go to the bathroom a lot. Okay. Much better. If you want to know something funny, a lot of my OC story, all off the top of my head. Like, I think I remember my friend asked me, like, something. My friend asked me, you know, what is your OC story or something like that? What do you want your OC to look like or something like that? And I basically said, I basically didn't have it at that time, but I started writing it and it was all off the top of my head. I'm like, I'm just going to go with the most dark shit that I could possibly come up with. Because that's basically all it was. Alright, door. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. One of the best rappers in the world, Eminem. Guy comes up with freaking shit off the top of his head. Gotta have a lot of respect for that guy. Because he is one talented son of a bitch. I'm not a rap fan, but that doesn't mean I can't respect them for what they can do. Let's see. I mean, Eminem's pretty good. I like his stuff, but only a certain part. Bleh. Only certain you know songs. Like his older stuff is mainly what I'd listen to. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted a reverb. There we go. Okay, we just need a mild one, so something like probably something like this. Oh, for goodness sake, I hate when I do that. Always when I have the stinking screen up.
Entering the abode.
Okay, hang on. How loud is that?
Entering the abode. Ganyu lit the provided candles with their accompaniment.
Okay, still, that's a little low. Oh, it needs a limiter as well. Because of that extra noise.
Entering the abode. Ganyu lit the provided candles with their accompanied matches. Entering the abode. Ganyu lit the provided candles with their accompanied...
Okay. So now, entering the abode. So I need to cut away right here because I don't know when it signifies that the door shuts. So, poof. Okay, so walking in. So, door opens. Walk.
Entering the abode. Ganyu lit the provided candles with their accompanied matches.
Okay, a little too slow for me.
Entering the abode. Ganyu lit the provided candles with their accompanied...
So, like a match. Okay, but first I need to take care of those crickets. That'll be when the door shuts, though.
Entering the abode. Ganyu lit the provided candles with their accompanied matches. Something she hadn't noticed the previous night. And moved to the bathroom to freshen up for it.
Okay, so it never signifies when she shuts the door, so we're just going to immediately do it.
Entering the abode. Ganyu lit the provided candles with their accompanied matches. Something she hadn't candles with their accompanied matches. Something she hadn't...
Okay, right there. So, like, right there is where we would start. Something like this. So it has to go, it all has to shut up before the door shuts.
Something she hadn't noticed the previous night, and moved to the bathroom to freshen up for the night.
I moved to the bathroom to freshen up for the night.
Something she hadn't noticed the previous night, and moved to the bathroom to freshen up.
Okay. Shift back a little bit.
Something she hadn't noticed the previous night, and moved to the bathroom to freshen up for the night. She shut the door.
Okay. Shut the door. Okay, perfect.
Something she hadn't noticed the previous night, and moved to the bathroom to freshen up for the night. She shut the door, then moved to the mirror, being met by her reflection shortly. She splashed her face with some water to remove any dirt, something she hadn't noticed the previous night, and moved to the bathroom to freshen up for the night. She shut the door, then moved to the mirror, being met by her reflection shortly. She splashed...
Oh, wait, do I have that in the wrong order? Oops, I might have that in the wrong order. So first... Okay. So I need to be on the right track. So that would be the latest one. Reverb needs to go below limiter. There's an order.
Something she hadn't noticed the previous night, and moved to the bathroom to freshen up for the night. She shut the door, then moved to the mirror, being met by her reflection shortly.
That'll work. Alright. Now just shut the crickets up completely. Like this. Come on.
Something she hadn't noticed.
Okay, now the match.
Who lit the provided candles with their accompanied matches. Something she hadn't noticed the previous night, and moved to the bathroom to freshen up for the night.
I think I'm just gonna leave the candle out. It's fine.
She shut the door, then moved to the mirror, being met by her reflection shortly. She splashed her face with some water to remove any dirt or anything else that the winds of Mondstadt may have littered her face with. Some water to remove...
Oh boy, here we go.
She splashed her
face with some water. So we need a sink turning on.
She splashed...
Okay, I have those sounds. Somewhere. Because I used it in Reborn. That's what this... And this computer... Did I make it on this computer? No, it was the last one. The one that broke. Well, the hard drive gave out. Was it a water tap? Also, don't give me full credit for storage. Thanks to my friend Barbara. That's possible in the first place. The box storage is told by Earth existed such as thanks to the world serpent that there. I'll see you later. Hell yeah, I mean, blah 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 blah. But in general, I'm not really good at writing backstories or stories in general. I don't chuck it up due to it right later. Life. So you write it based off of life experiences. That's not necessarily how I write every story. Most of my stuff comes off of like other sources. Like one of my most famous readings, Chrysalis's Revenge. One, people say I copied Magpie Ponies, the friendship test. And I said, no, I did not copy it word for word or trap for trap. I simply took inspiration from it and mixed it a little bit with like Saw and a different villain. Like people who think that I copied that, you really need to look up the word plagiarism. Plagiarism is literally taking somebody else's idea, word for word, you know, detail for detail, and everything. That is what plagiarism is. Literally just taking something and copy pasting it and making it yours. That is plagiarism. Taking inspiration from something is totally different. I didn't make it exact. I made it different. Chrysalis is the villain. Starlight is the victim. I had the wheel, you know, randomly choose rather than how in the friendship games, how in the friendship test, basically it was leading up to somebody dying no matter what. Basically, it was random choice in my story. So whoever got it had either a chance to live or die. How is that the same? That's not plagiarism. That's taking inspiration. I've seen people do plagiarism easily, like a certain asshole I once knew that I don't even want to talk about.
She splashed her face with some water to remove any dirt or anything else that the winds of Mondstadt may have littered her face with. then wiped away the remains of it with a nearby rag. With her skin clean, she proceeded with removing her hair tie from her icy blue locks, allowing her hair to flow freely over her...
That's actually perfect timing. Like, that could not have been any more perfect. Wow, what perfect timing.
She splashed her face with some water to remove any dirt or anything else that the winds of Mondstadt may have littered her face with, then wiped away the remains of it with a nearby rag. With her skin clean, she proceeded with removing her hair tie from her icy blue locks, allowing her hair to flow freely over her back and shoulders. It was like a secondary natural blanket for her body that did its job well, having kept her body warm as if she were wrapped in sheets wool while she slept over her centuries of life. Lastly, she kicked off her shoes and set them aside where they wouldn't cause either her or Kuching to trip in the morning, having learned that lesson decades ago. Freshened up for slumber, Ganya retired from the bathroom, back into the main part of the inn from the bathroom.
Retired from the bathroom, so that's walking, opening the door. So I need a different sound because she's wearing socks now, basically. Either there, she's just got her feet out. I don't know. I don't know if Ganya were socks even a thing then. I don't know. I think way too literal about this shit. Big difference between inspiration and stilling, and pretty much yes. Even more because it's a role play my story is part of, and last time I tried writing something that I did not experience, it was somewhat questioned and judged for it, because I think they experienced it in the past. So to avoid hurting them any further, I just go purely by experiences I have had. Bro, if someone can't handle it, they shouldn't even be listening to it. That's how I look at it. Or if something that I write is sensitive, like with a lot of blood, gore, shit like that, that's gonna make people go, ugh. I always put at the beginning, warning, this contains this, and this, and this, and this. This is not intended for people who are, queasy or anything. If you are disturbed by these elements very easily, then fuck off. That's what I do. I always put a warning. Like, RTBAA. That was the first ever My Little Pony story I wrote. That was horror. Grimdark, whatever. That was the first one. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I need the one sound. That was my first ever story that I wrote that was Grimdark. That was MLP based. First Grimdark. That was actually my first Grimdark though. Because I didn't know what the hell a Grimdark was until I found the last narrator. And honestly, again, all off the top of the head kind of shit. Like, because the formula back then for like a My Little Pony Grimdark was just throw in everything that's gonna make everyone go or bleh, and just go with it. Like, it doesn't have to make sense. They don't have to have a motive. Just do it. Just do it. Nobody will ask any questions. Just do it. Well, I'm different. So I did give Applejack motive. I did make it make sense. Even though there are some parts in it that I really wish that I wouldn't have put now. But hey, I guess that's what sold the story. Can't really say that because YouTube doesn't like it, but you want to know? Listen to it yourself. It's like one of those kinds of stories. What am I doing? That's under downloads, right? Yeah. Footstep, it's the one with footsteps on like concrete or something like that. Steps in snow. No. YT5. Footsteps on concrete. Okay, gotta find the right one. Footsteps sound effects. Footsteps on concrete. Where the fuck are you? You'd be the last one, wouldn't you? Yep. Hopefully that's right. Yeah, that's right. Hello, Adri Geode. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I have to agree. Great writing for the audio, by the way. Always love the way artists capture language, presenting the world and action around their characters. Really built effect. Awesome job. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Because every time I write a story or make one of these things, what I always try to do the most is make it as if I try to make it as if you close your eyes listening to the audio, you're there. You can like see the characters, you can feel it. Like you feel you're there in that place with the characters. That's where where I got that idea from was The Lost Narrator, because the first story I ever listened to by her was Cupcakes. Well, it wasn't her story, but it was somebody else. Cupcakes. That story is freaking disturbing as shit, but it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, the point is that I felt like I was in the room, like listening and watching Rainbow Dash get tortured to death. It legitimately felt real. And that's what I like. I like a realistic experience. That's what I like about Grimdarks. Grimdarks make you feel something. Like they emotionally affect you and it hurts. But I like that because it gives a different feeling than you normally would with the story. So I took a lot of inspiration from that. Okay, footsteps. Let's see. Now I gotta remember how I did this. That's something
from the bathroom. Back in.
Oh God, no.
Where they wouldn't cause either her or Kuching to trip in the morning. Having learned that lesson.
Nope. What's all this?
Lapsed to its natural straightened state. In the fields together many times before. Therefore, they had seen each other in their near natural states many times.
Okay. I think I took from this lake area right here. But didn't I want to say I did something else. Like a wasn't it a footstep sound effect? Hang on, I gotta go back in time. Where was that? That was chapter 4, right? Yeah, that was chapter 4. But yeah, I always try to make it sound realistic, as close as I possibly can. And sometimes there's just sounds that are really hard to get right. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, Sparrow 9642 stream. Can I spell? Really? I thought you would just take me to it. Grimdarks brings so many into the fandom. I was brought into the fandom by the Grimdarks Thing Sweet to Bite, and Cupcakes had such a great grasp. So cool to know that the story inspired you. The style inspired me, mainly. Like, I knew that fanfic readings were a thing, but I'm like, I could never do that. But I decided to try it just for fun, because why the not? So, I gave it a try, and it worked. Well, let me rephrase that. I gave it a try in another genre, and it didn't work. Then I make Sweet Apple Acres, or Bittersweet Apple Acres, and boom, my calling's assured. That was this one, correct? I believe so. Well, this was the one where I kept having so many issues. That looks like a funny freaking movie.
What is the name of that goddamn thing?
We're on chapter 4. Okay, where are we in chapter 4? Oh, we're right at the beginning. So when did I make...
Kuching nodded, coming back to reality. Right. Let's focus on the matter at hand first. Then, once it's resolved, make plans for the Windbloom Festival next year.
Okay.
Sounds good. Ganyu agreed, chomping down the
Okay.
last dinner.
Okay, so when did I make the chapter 4 one? The chapter 4 mix? I'm actually not sure. It wasn't that one because I fixed it. Was it this one? Sorry guys, I gotta check something real quick. Okay, we did that.
Export.
No one can see.
Please bless your inner child at my knees with a graceful recovery.
That's chapter 5. Where is chapter 4?
She had decided to not even open the door the slightest.
Okay, here we are. Here we are.
Sooner, event to someone who understood her feelings. After all, she must feel so alone right now, and I treated her as if I didn't.
Okay, we were we were adding effects right there. So there's no way I did that mix that quick. No way. Did I delete that stream? It's gotta be this one then. It's gotta be this one.
Men's Warehouse believes
Oh,
you should
God.
love the way you look on your big
Okay.
day. With countless styles fit to you and fit to your wedding, you will love.
Hang on. Good question. What can I put here? What the fudge? Oh yeah, that.
Moving her hair to the front of her body, she freed it of the hair tie holding it complete.
Right there. Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, definitely not that. Okay, water.
Following day to come. If everything went according to plan, Kuching would be back to normal after the healing session, and that would most likely follow with her getting.
Okay, she's in the bath. Okay, so we're almost there. Okay, boom.
She worked over the rim of the tub and quickly grabbed the provided towel off the rack.
Do not know why there's an echo.
Now she was really thankful she had decided to not even open the door the slightest.
Okay, here we are.
Wrap herself in the towel, shielding her privates from the eyes of whomever was outside the door.
Footstep sound effects. Okay, I knew it wasn't the right one. Do I care? No. Spare one season ad. Yeah. Yep, that's me. Do I flipping care? No. Because I'm working. Okay, YT. Really? YT5. It's just when you use so many different sound effects and you can't remember which one was that specific one that you want. Yeah. It's that one. Because it needs to sound like kind of like feet on like the floor, like your bare feet are on the floor. And that wasn't, that's more like you got boots on.
Trip in the morning, having learned that lesson decades ago. Freshened up for slumber, Ganyu retired from the bathroom, back into the main part of the entire room that she called home for now.
Okay. Is that all it is? Just goes on like that? Yep. Alright, so we're on our own. How about right there? Okay, get that out of there, get that out of there.
Trip in the morning, having learned that lesson decades ago. Freshened up for slumber, Ganya
returned. Okay, so right here. I need to take out some of that fill. Okay, so I need a limiter for that.
Trip in the morning, having learned that lesson decades ago. Freshened up for slumber, Ganya retired from the bathroom, back into the main part of the entire room that...
Let me just double check, make sure that's right. I swear. Footsteps, sound effects. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Nope. Okay, then it's not that. That's not the... Oh my god, I hate this thing sometimes. Is it footsteps on concrete? Don't worry, I'm okay. Just irritated. Just slightly irritated. Okay. What are those things? Okay, let's go to 19, turn her down. A little bit. Okay, I just need simple footsteps. Okay, hang on.
Outside the door, then made her way. Who is it? She questioned. I'm not even asking if things could get more awkward. Now her...
Oh, it's those ones. It's those ones. Okay, my bad. Okay, my bad. Okay, let's try that again. And this time get it right. Maybe if I can. Let's sample. So that would be footsteps on concrete again. So I did have it correct. It's just a little further into the file. Oh shit. Bingo, there they are. So like these things.
Trip in the morning, having learned that lesson decades ago. Freshened up for slumber, Ganya retired from the bathroom, back into the main part of the entire room. Ganya retired from the bathroom, back into the main part of the entire room that she called home for now. Kuching was in nothing but...
So like what, this?
Ganya retired from the bathroom, back into the main part of the entire room that she called home for...
I guess that works. It needs more reverb, I know that for a fact. So let's go first, turn it down just a little bit, then get a reverb.
Ganya retired from the bathroom, back into the main part of the entire room that she called home for now.
Okay.
Kuching was in nothing but her bra and underwear upon her exit. Ganya retired from the bathroom, back into the main part of the entire room that she called home for now. Kuching was in nothing but her... Ganya retired from the bathroom, back into the main part of the entire room that she called home for now. Kuching was in nothing but her bra and underwear up...
Alright, hang on a second. Maybe go back a little ways.
Ganya retired from the bathroom, back into the main part of the entire room that she called home for now. Kuching was in nothing but her bra and underwear upon her exiting. having learned that lesson decades ago.
Okay.
Freshened up for slumber, Ganya retired from the bathroom, back into the main part of the entire room that she called home for now. Kuching wasn't nothing but her bra and underwear.
That works.
Her exit, a familiar sight to Ganyu's memory. Kuching wasn't even faced by her colleague walking in on her half naked, seeing the two had been out in the fields together many times before. Therefore, they had seen each other in their near natural states many times in their careers as members of Ningguang's government. Kuching unwrapped her pigtails from the hairpiece that gave her fake cat ears, eventually pulling it out completely and causing her violet mane to collapse to its natural straightened state. Her locks extended down past her buttocks, draping over them like a curtain to a group of actors at the end of a performance on a stage. "I see you let your hair grow out more," Ganyu commented. "I see yours hasn't changed," Kuching replied back. "But that's expected of a Qilin, seeing their hair also acts as a blanket." "But that's expected of a Qilin, seeing their hair also acts as a blanket." Ganyu smiled, happy that Kuching had taken time to learn about her kind. "You're okay with sleeping together?" "It's only for one night, and I'd rather not have you sleeping elsewhere where you're not comfortable," Kuching assured. "Besides, it's not like we're doing anything else. We're just getting some much needed sleep for the day ahead." Ganyu nodded in agreement. "Which side do you want?" "Either is fine," Kuching confirmed. Ganyu nodded again. "All right, I'll take the left side then." Ganyu decided, moving to the bed and settling herself into a comfortable position.
Okay, moving.
Moving to the bed.
Okay, so now... Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna take the Reaper off. I don't feel like making another freaking file.
Moving to the bed and settling herself into a comfortable position. Kuching followed shortly, pulling the covers over her body and moving into a proper pose for the night. "Good night, Kuching," Ganyu said, closing her eyes. "Good night, Ganyu," Kuching returned, and upon shutting her heavy eyelids, she dozed off into a dream she'd most likely forget. Ganyu had followed suit, the warmth of her practical blanket of long light blue locks embracing her into a blissful slumber under the starry sky of Mondstadt's night.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna leave it the way it is for now, so that I can get to work on something else. Because there's not really much I can put there. Interesting. Chapter 6, full mix. If there's something like a music track or something I can add, I will. I don't think it needs it, but it's kind of hard, considering that this might be the end chapter. That's where I'm stuck. I don't know. I don't know how long altogether it is right now. I'd imagine it's close to over an hour, easily. But I don't know. This is an interesting one. I'll see what I can do. But right now I'm just going to export it, upload it, and yeah. Then we'll go to the next step, which is going to be we're going to work on the thumbnail. Oh, I need to upload that to my drive now that I know that's good to go. I need to go YouTube, or not YouTube, Google Drive, upload. I can get it. The Rainbow Factor, just by how weird it is with the murder, it gave me an urge to cry because... Do I care? No. The person in a role play still somebody's OC and everything he's made. He instantly regrets it. Yikes. Yeah, I'm not one to pass on drama here, but yeah, somebody did that role play. Yeah, it really... There's just like a lot of bad people in this world. The person that I'm talking about is from way long ago. If you've been on the channel long enough, you know who he is. But basically, yeah. Probably the biggest road bump in my growth on YouTube, easily. But I can absolutely say that I won in the end, thanks to the help of like the entire fanfic reader community, like Goody Serenade, Lost Narrator, Scribbler, blah blah blah, all those people, because it affected them as well. Then 1 year later, things just got worse. Yikes. Because when people do like what he did, they're just jealous. Honestly, they're just jealous. He couldn't help that I made much better content than he did at the time. And I did. And my shit was shit, but hey, at least it was better than a still image on a screen. With here's the biggest problem he had with the shit. Not only was it just a still image with no fade-ins, no nothing like that, it also was the fact that in the end audio and the end posting, he would leave the mistakes in. Do you ever see the Marvel films leave in mistakes, bad takes, or unless it fits the scene? Unless it fits the scene, does it work? But no, he left his mistakes in. Didn't add them out. I'm like, oh my god, and there was no talking to him about it. I said, you need to edit those things out. And he just basically told me go fuck myself, so I just let him do what he wanted to do. Up until I had the opening to finally pounce on him, because I knew something was a mess. And yeah, the whole situation was just a fucking shit show. Not because of us, because of him. Yikes, I understand, but yikes, but I understand that feeling. Putting your effort and blood into your stuff and then having it snatched away from you is He didn't steal my stuff. He basically was. He knew I was competition. I was competition to him, and he knew that I was beating him. So he was trying to put me into a situation where I was basically going to delete my channel, and it almost worked, because he caused me so much shit that it wasn't even funny. He was driving my freaking seizures through a wall. He was causing me mental stress and shit. Oh my god. And trying to pin me as the bad guy. He couldn't help that I actually took the time in my editing and all that lovely stuff to make my shit good. To make it so that it would be listenable, too. I mean, it's not that hard to go through and edit. If you care about your shit, you will go through and take out the mistakes. Does it suck? Yes. Does it take longer? Yes. But it's worth it. It's like the saying goes, you can't rush perfection. My shit's not perfect, but it was a hell of a lot better than his shit. I'm not kidding you. His crap just reminded me of laziness. It's the person you should not be if you're going to be a fanfic reader. Don't do this. Don't put unless you're starting out and don't have the equipment, do not just put a stale image there as the visual appeal and leave your mistakes in. That's like being on step 1. That's like step 1. Like when you're first starting out, just learning the ropes and all that lovely stuff. It's fine then. But as you grow, you have to do these things to make your shit good. That's why you learn from your mistakes. Like one of the biggest fanfics that I have that I really wish didn't exist was The Survey. It's not because it's a bad story. It's cringe. I cringe so much at that story. I do not know what the hell I was thinking. I do not know what I was thinking. TB. Like, be glad you weren't around back then, because back then, ugh, it was just not a good time. Where are you? There you are. And so forth. Glad you got through it in the end. Well, Scribbler actually didn't show me everything until a few years later. Few years later. My God. Because it basically got to a point where said guy was trying...
Now is he going to retaliate or what?
Sorry. Let me put it to you who exactly he was. He was impersonating like the last narrator, Scribbler, yada 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 yada, all the big boys, and using their names to basically ridicule aspiring creators like me at the time, and put them into the point where they just would quit YouTube and eliminate the competition. That's basically what he was doing. He was basically using other people's names to eliminate the competition in a very, very horrifying way. He knew he couldn't have competition because he sucked. And I'm glad that I was strong enough to finally stand up, because you're eventually going to meet your match. I was his equal. I was the one who finally stood up and said, you know what, you son of a bitch? You can keep your pride, you can shove your pride up your ass, but I'm gonna show you I can do better than you. And here I am, nearly 7 years later. Keep in mind, that was in 2016 and 2017. This was early on. And I'm glad a lot of people in the end who were part of it finally saw the light, because a lot of people denied me telling that I was telling the truth, even though I had a written note from the last narrator herself that said he was lying through his teeth. Because he was basically saying he was in contact with Lost and all those lovely guys, and that he was talking to them, and that they were rating our stuff, and yada 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 yada. That's basically all that was happening. And I called bullshit. Like, I have a sixth sense. I can sense when something's not right. Like one of the Genshin fanfic. My God, I cannot talk right now. One of the Genshin voice actors. I'm not lying when I say this. Tignari's voice actor, the voice alone, gave me bad vibes. What does he turn out to be? A freaking pedophile. An abusive piece of shit. That's why Tignari is one of the most hated characters right now. But I can recognize Tignari from Elliot. So I don't blame the voice actor, or I don't blame the character. I blame the voice actor. But anyways, so everything looks okay, so that's a good sign. Hopefully. But yeah. That's a chunk of my history here on YouTube. For you to know. Okay, so I won't need that for a moment. How much room is on my drive? My drive currently has, I think, enough space. Because that's not a very big file. This is what we're working on next. So I need to download that. So let's just go ahead and do that. Maybe, if it'll let me. With me, it was not that. Like, although my stuff was just copied and taken, in terms of who won between me and him, it was him, unfortunately, because I couldn't do anything to save my stuff. Luckily, it's allowed it now. So the info he has is months old now, and what I have now is brand new and fresh, if not better. Good. Good. Oh, one more important detail about that whole situation was that this guy went as far as making like alternate accounts to continuously harass me. So eventually I told him, hey, if you don't leave me that alone, you're gonna get reported, and your little friend, the guy in question, is gonna get reported too. You could tell it was him because of just how he typed. Oh my god, is everything going slow today? There we go. Okay, I think it might be the wrong size. I need to probably resize that. I don't know, it's hard to tell from this angle. So let's go ahead and download this. But basically, the real thing that got him completely, shot by the rest of the fanfic creators was the fact that he said I was using my disability as a crutch in the whole situation. Which means, if you don't know what that means, it basically says I'm using my disability to get attention. Never once did I do that. Nor do I ever do that. What was happening at the time that he's considered me using my disability as a crutch was I was in a do or die situation, basically. My seizure activity had gotten so out of control that basically I basically had to come up with $1,000 in order to buy this thing that didn't even turn out to work. So I sold my Mustang, and he's saying that's me using my disability as a crutch. My life, none of your freaking business. That's not using my disability as a crutch. It's asking for help. As you can hear, I get slightly irritated just talking about it. Okay, I know what I need to do. I need to uninstall you. Oh, this is the most annoying thing about this whole thing. Maybe if it'll let me. Okay. But yeah. 1 year later, after the fact, he was trying to be considered an honorable guest at BabsCon, to which Scribbler and all of us, said, not happening, not after what you did. And the fact that he has the guts to even say that I was using my disability as a crutch, that was just another shot. But luckily, Magpie Pony came to me at the time because I was making a response video to it because I just barely seen it. I was so fucking mad. But luckily she came to me and she said she'd had a little chat with him and ripped him a new asshole. So basically she saw his video of me using my disability as a crutch. And, well, yeah, that didn't fly well with Magpie Pony. Because he showed no visual proof of this actually being real. So it was basically lying for clicks. Basically. But it gets worse from there. Then the next year he comes out as a pedophile who basically groomed an 11-year-old girl. Please? He's tried to come back at me several times, but I always tell him, you know what? I'm not the guy who was groping his you-know-what because of an 11-year-old. So I'm already the better person, so leave me the fuck alone and move on with your life. So, there you go. Long story short, he's a piece of shit. Yeah, and this was during the time when, I don't know what to tell you. This was during the time when, A lot of people in the Brony community were finally being combed out as long-term pedophiles. Trying to remember back to those days. I don't really want to know those days. Toon, performance major. There's one more. I can't remember who it was. Performance major, and him, right? Yeah, and him. This is when those guys were getting outed. So yeah, not a fun time. He was basically calling for negative attention, and I don't know anybody who would go as far as to out themselves just for attention. Like he claimed his mom had cancer, and that it was slowly killing her. I'm like, oh my god, because a lot of things don't add up. Not to mention his little screw boy. What's his name? See, this is how much I don't really care about it anymore. I forgot his name. See the OC plain as day. Forgotten Dreams. Forgotten Dreams was his little fuckboy. He was the one who was trying and praying and telling them all that he was innocent and I was the bad guy. They tried to make it seem, like on a Skype call, that someone had hacked into his computer and was typing on Word. And apparently they had attempted to mimic me. And considering this guy has a higher voice and a nasal cavity, getting down to this kind of a tone would have been really hard. I mean, Scribbler was in the middle of all of it. She saw and she heard, and she could read the bullshit instantly. What am I looking for? I'm looking for, download apps. Where are you? Right there. Right. Video pad, there you are. Again, the group I'm in is so... Hang on. Again, the group I'm in is so uncannily similar. There's one girl in the group who does attention seek and negativity was saying over and over again she will do suicide. Oh, I've dealt with those people too. I've dealt with those people. I won't say names, but yeah, I tell them where to shove it. I basically tell them this. If they're going to do it, do it. I accept. And the reason why I put it that way is because suicide, while it's not the way out, if they're just going to continue to pick her over and over and over and over, do it. You know what? At this point, do it. We've tried to help you over and over again. Just fucking do it and save us all time. You know? And they won't do it because they're just asking for attention. When they're put on the spot, then they will backpedal. This is an easy way to read people. But yeah, I very much remember this in a certain server. Oh god, this girl was just a fucking nightmare. Ugh. And considering I was suicidal at one point and nearly took my own life, yeah, that kind of is offensive. Like, my elementary school years were not fun. They were years that I do not like to remember. From the bullying to this, to that, to this, and to that. Alright. So we're editing the thumbnail, I guess. Okay, add files. And what's weird is that I could read that this guy was a bad guy from the start. Because from the moment he messaged me on FimFiction, that's where this all started. He messaged me on FimFiction first. And his OC, everything about him just gave me bad vibes. Very bad vibes. Oh boy, it is the wrong size. Okay, so I gotta resize it first. Damn it, it's the only thing she missed, but that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. If they ask for attention, some does die for attention. Which is where leaves them alone. Challenging it might be. Why is it? Which is why it better to call emergency or leave them alone. I did that. I told them to call the police. Get help. Do something. But all they would do is just say, "No, everyone hates me. I just want to, I don't know." You know, they'll just say that over and over and over and over. And I'm like, oh my God, you're wasting my time. So, you know what? Do it. I don't give a shit anymore. You want to do it so bad? Do it. But you won't, because all you're doing this for is attention. Okay. Image resizer. That's the one. Okay, so we need this one. Trying to think if... Yeah, just resizing it to its dimensions is not that bad. Alright, so I need 1920 by 1080. 19... Not that. 20... 1080. Okay, I need to select the image first. That'd be under downloads. Okay. Okay. Don't worry, I've done this multiple times. I know how to do this. Let's see. Save image as, that's what I need. Cover image. Yeah, back in 2021 I was kind of serious, so not seriously negative attendance or cutting. But other than that, it was only thoughts of it. Well, just know. Just always tell yourself in your mind, this isn't the way. It's not the way to go. You have a reason to live. Life sucks. It's always going to suck. But there's a reason for your existence. You just got to find it. Like, the reason why I wanted to just do the deed was because it felt like I had nobody to turn to. Literally. It felt like nobody was out there to help me. Everybody was just against me, and everybody just wanted to see me suffer. So I basically just wanted to call it quits. And I don't know what stopped me, but it wasn't me. It was not me. I can very confidently say that. It was not me. So I don't take credit for anything. Okay. Alright, so I need to... let's see, what am I doing here? Sorry, it's been a while. I haven't done this in a little while. Add an effect. And video pads being a butt. Of course, why not? Okay, I need to be able to see here, people. Alright, so normally what I always add here is a vignette. Or vignette, whatever they call it. I apologize to anybody who knows the proper pronunciation. Just a mini one. Okay, that's a little too strong. Just to kind of give the edges a little bit of a burnt look to them. Because fire is a humongous plane to the story. I guess that's fine. Give it some width. Give it kind of an over shadowy look. Okay. Done a good job doing that. Yeah, sometimes to manipulate and guilt trip people to use them, yeesh bad person. My God, that impression you did there was so accurate. Glad you're safe. Yeah. Yeah, it's just... Those people, if they come into my server or into a call, I leave. I either leave, or if I'm the owner of the server, which I am, in most cases, I will kick them. I do not want to hear their bullshit. Because I've dealt with suicide. I know what suicide is. So I know how it feels. And I know when I can tell when someone's being legit or when they're being just, you know, they just want attention. My reasoning was legit. Well, it wasn't legit. It was, what am I looking for? I'm looking for, let me see what this does. No, don't like that. But if someone comes into my server and tries that shit, I will kick them, personally. Because I can tell when someone wants actual help and when they don't. If they want help, they'll listen to you. They will cooperate. Is this the right thing? I believe so. Yep. Okay. So I want this to be a little bit more vibrant. Didn't seem vibrant enough to me. Something along the lines of that, because it pops a little better. That works. Okay. Now what do I do? So that's good enough for like a back image. What else can I do to this though? Good question. Now we're just at the point where we're going to be playing with a lot of things. Just try this, just try that, just try this, just try that. Like, what about this? Like, let's try a spotlight, see what that does. Okay, it definitely needs to be wider. Like, yeah, we're just toying with things now. Strength. Okay, yeah, don't like that idea. We're just gonna keep trying and trying and trying until we get something right. But yeah, I don't ever deal with those people. Unless they want legitimate help and are accepting for it, don't help them. It's just like a freaking drug addict. If they want help, they'll try to stop. But if they don't want help, they'll just beg for more. Don't accept it. Okay. Let's see, what else can I do here? Like, what's good for like a thumbnail? Color adjustment. Oh, Jesus Christ, no. Good Lord, almighty Lord. Ooh, I like that. I like the dark tone it has to it. Like I said, no disrespect to the actual artist. Okay. I kind of like that. That looks really cool. But I just tend to do this with all my projects. So we want to add some objects now. Simple text. I need to dock the actual layer. Okay. How am I gonna make this work? Duh. Whoa, can I spell? Lightning. There. Okay, so now I need a font. And I've got quite a few to choose from. It's not a horror story. It's like a dark romance story. That actually looks pretty nice. But I need to dock it so that I can tell what's going on here. Dock. There. Now I can tell what's going on. Okay. I like that. That actually looks pretty good. Now, the question, what color do I make it? Good question. This is going to be a tricky one. It's been a long while since I've done this. Like, black seems really good. Let me see something. I need a outline. Ooh, that looks nice. I'm just getting an idea of what I can do here. Okay, I don't like how it's all straight though. Don't like that. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Let me bring this over here. Can I not bring it over? God, this thing is so goddamn slow. Is that a little better? Nope, still looks the same. Okay. Need to put this up here. Today! Fucking hell. Here we go. Alright, so increase. Let's see what this does. The bonding of ice. This is the tricky part. This is always the tricky part. Okay, how can I make this not so sharp? Let me try just increasing the size. Sometimes that does work. Okay, so it needs to be more centered. That's really bugging me. There we go. That's more like it. Something like that. I'm using a laptop. It's a laptop I've had since quite a long time. For quite some time. Seems too plain. That looks off. Ah! God, I hate this. Don't worry, we'll get it, we'll get it, we'll get it. It's not that big of a deal. It's just gonna take some tinkering. Okay, I don't like that. Can I please just get it to go down 1? Yeah, right there. Right there. That's what I want. Okay, so now I gotta make this pop. How do I do that? Good question. Wait, why is the outline not there anymore? It just looks too plain. What about a shadow? Like something that just makes it pop. I don't like those colors though. What about... Let me think. This is always a struggle with me. I always struggle with this. Let's try something like this. Just get a little tacky. Okay, definitely do not like the outline color. Outline is horrible. I'm just gonna try some stuff and see what happens. Let's see if the purple darker fits. Nope, don't like that. Okay, what about this? Put that on the inside and put like the blue on the outside. Like I said, this is just like a tinkering kind of phase. Ooh. I don't like the purple. It has to be a darker purple, like something like this. That way it pops. Contrast is always something I have a hard time with. And I do not know why I do, but I do. Okay, maybe add some more outline. Takes forever for it to goddamn respond. That doesn't look too bad. No. I think it's the font. The font is what's throwing me off. I just like using fancy texts. No, I use that one way too much. What about this one? Nope, too fancy. Too fancy. Just be kind of like, nope, that's not gonna work. I kind of like the one that I had, but for some reason it is just not clicking. About this. No, that looks just lazy. Shit. Pristina, maybe? Nope. I think this one works. It's just a matter of... Yeah. Okay, well, let's go ahead and... Let me think here. It's just too sharp. I think it's just because it bounces off the screen. Let me try white. What is white? Not... White! Piece of shit. Oh my god. Fine, I'll do it manually. Let's see what white does. No. Do not like that. Black. What about black? Makes it appear like it's... I don't know what I'm looking for here. I don't know. This is a tough one. Alright, well, let's go back to our last set. Okay, I need more outline. God, no. Oh, I messed up. Oops. Why are you not applying? Piece of shit. That's what I need. Okay, needs to pop a little bit more. I don't know, that syncs with me for some reason. I don't know. Let me try playing with it a little bit. Add some effects to it. Like, oh, Jesus. This is really where things get more tricky. Okay. So I always make it a little transparent. Just because it gives it a little bit, I don't know, like it's not just something stuck on the page. Opacity needs to go down. Oh, then I need to go up, apparently. Like, just a very light transparency. That's a little too much. A little too much. That seems to fit a little better. Problem, I think it's the outline. I think it's the outline. So let me try something a little different. So let's go with like a darker blue, like say this. Let's try that. Oh God, I hate it. Okay, so dark can't revolve with the dark. It has to go like this. Nope, don't like it. Let me think here. So, what about just black? Like I say, it's just, ooh, I kind of like that. Looks like it's burnt. Okay, I'm kind of liking the idea of the black outline. Problem, now the one in the middle, or the inner color, is not. I don't know what I'm trying to say. What about orange? Like fire. Well, that's not orange. You think a bright orange. So something like this. Like the idea of fire. Now it fits a little too much. Oh, I swear to God. It's all a matter of just tinkering until you get it correct. It blends too much. God. I always struggle with this part. Dark won't go good with it, but light. Why do I always struggle with freaking colors? Why does this always happen? What goes good? I'm thinking, let's try red. Red always seems to work. Like a bright red. Oh my God, really game? Or really computer? Excuse me. No, blends too much. Needs to be a brighter color. Oh, this is gonna drive me absolutely crazy. I hate when this happens. What about gray? No, gray won't fit. White. I don't know, guys. I'm just trying. I'm trying. Yellow, maybe? I know. I need an artist here. I just need an artist. Because artists are good with contrast. What about yellow? Like a yellowish orange. It's like right in this category. I don't know. Let's try yellow. It seemed to work for me before. I don't know. This is always tricky as shit. Ooh, that does fit pretty well. But it doesn't at the same time. So what, gold? Sorry guys, this is how it always goes at this stage. I just don't like the outer color. For some reason, it just does not sit well with me. It's because it's... God, I hate my brain sometimes. What if I make it bigger? I've got to try everything. Okay, now it seems too big. That's what she said. Like, that seems like the perfect size right there. Oh my God, so many euphemisms. So Sparrow, what was your thoughts on the 2017 movie animation graphics? Animation was fantastic. Like, animation and graphics were great. The story, something else. Tempest was fine. Like, Tempest was absolutely fine. But the biggest problem in the movie, in my opinion, was Twilight. That one scene, I'm like, oh my God, that's not Twilight Sparkle. What were they thinking? Excuse me. Alright, let's just play with some other effects. What about a spotlight? Shadow would make it pop more. Ooh, I like that. I kind of like that. This is what I kind of did with Breaking Dawn to make it look like a sun was coming up. Just bear with me, my computer's really freaking slow when it wants to be. It's doing a lot of work right now. Okay, so I need to bring the spotlight down and widen it. Can I please widen? Oh my god, really? Da 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 da. I know I can widen you because I've done it before. Hello? Oh my god. Stupid thing. No, escape. There we go. Like on the right on the edge. So that's what widest I can really make it. Let's see if that might work. Almost got it. Piece of shit. I don't know why my computer tends to just piss me off, but it does. It loves to do this. Because you have to be able to see the N and the G as well. Let's see that might work. How did I do that so perfectly? With like cheating Dawn. Okay. Now it's almost perfect, but you can't really see the of. Okay, I want a slight shade on the bonding part. Okay, I don't like that. Like the middle can be wide. It's just the edges. God, now I hate it. What the fuck? I swear, my brain is as bipolar as you can imagine. Because I have to be able to see the N and the G over here. I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. I like that. That looks good. Okay, so now what I need is to find out what I'm doing next. That's what I need to do. All right, so it pops just a little too much. So what I need to do now is this. Where's the blur? Blur. Okay. But I don't want it to blur completely like that. Just a mild little blur. I do this with every one of my titles. Too much. Little more than that. 2.5. That I think I can live with. That I can live with. Okay, now I gotta do the bottom. Wish me luck. That looks fine. Alright, add some text. So now I need a text layer for the bottom. 2 of them. Written by okay, so now I gotta decrease that quite a ways and reposition it. I can't see. So I need to move this down more. There we go. This will be interesting. I don't know why, but it looks like it's like bending like this, like out from the screen, like it's like bent. Okay. Bring it down just a little more. Okay. So let's get that in place first. Then we'll do stuff. Okay, objects. Simple text. And then I need on this one art featuring. Does the dot come through weird? No. Art by what's her name? Jennifer Arts? Arts. Let me just double check that real quick. Phone, hello. Thank you. Yep, that's right. Well, the fanfic is kind of based off a game, so it kind of makes sense. PC or whatever you want, come on. Looking pretty good. Okay, now I need to just apply the same effects. Let's see. I guess I could make it smaller. Yeah, it could be smaller. So let's go like that. Just one step at a time, see where it goes. That seems alright. I would say that's alright. Alright, let's add a shadow. Just to kind of give it a little bit more poppiness. Okay, there we go. And I need to do the main one, the one on top. If my thing will play nice with me. Okay. Drop. And shadow. See if that does anything. Okay, now can I add the same effect? Maybe. Maybe. Okay, well I have to do the transparency first. So it was like, what, 88% or something like that? Because all the text has to match. Oh my god, I'm just doing the easy way. If it's gonna take this flipping long. Hey, look at that. I got right on the dot. Sweet. So you go to this one. Same thing. As you can see, my thumbnails are done with heart. They are not done half-assed. Like, I take into consideration everything. Because in the end, really? Really, you piece of... Thank you. Because in the end, really, your thumbnail is what sells your project. The promotional stuff is what sells it. So, yeah, it needs to be treated as such. Okay, I don't think that needs a blur. I think it just needs the effect. Let's see if this might work. Spotlight. Because it kind of gives it a cool look. Okay, so I need to move this out of the way. Over here somewhere. Okay. How wide is her spotlight? Come on, today. Thank you. I'm not trying to move it. Oh my god, you mother trucker. This is why I eventually went to upgrade. That's not what I'm trying to do, you piece of shit. I'm trying to widen. Oh my god. Oh, I hate fucking software sometimes. There we go. Now you're doing what you want me. You're doing what I want you to do. Dumb thing. Hey. Now, can I please get this to turn into a mouse? No? Okay then. Like right on the edge. Oh, knock it off. Okay, you really can't see that. Pull it out just a little more. Either that or I need to bring the spotlight down a little bit. Which I think it's the latter. I know why you are being an ass. I know why you are being an ass. I know. Okay. Bring the spotlight down a little bit. I don't really have a favorite. That's one thing. I really don't listen to a lot of other people. I take inspiration from them, yes, but I have my own stuff to worry about, so I really don't pay attention to other people's works. Okay. Oh my god, VideoPad is having a fucking meltdown. It's like, why do you make me work so hard? Well, you know what? I'm a content creator, so get used to it. Alright. So that looks okay. You can still read it, I think. No, where it positioned it. Oh my god, I swear. Spotlight! Up a little bit. That might do the trick. Still can't see it very well. Nope, too far up. Sorry guys, I don't mean to bore you to death, but this is just part of it. This is just part of This is just part of being a content creator. That'll work. That'll work. It looks like it's got like burnt ends, so that'll work. Now this one. So now we gotta toy with the dimensions again. Fun. There's something else I could also do that would make it really cool. Like put like ash falling. All this for a title. This is just for a title, guys. Keep in mind. This is just the promotional stuff. Promotional. This isn't the actual content itself. Okay, lighting is off a little bit. Let's see if this might work. I want to put a little more darkness up at the top of that one. That works. That works. That works perfect. Okay. So what I could do is something like a green screen effect, like get rain or something like that, and put like, you know, like ash falling. But we've already got something like that, and I don't want to insult the artwork. Okay, I think that's good. That's actually pretty cool looking, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't manage to get that perfect. Okay. Let's just hope that it plays nice. That's the chick. That's the one trick pony here. We gotta get it to cooperate. Alright. Let's see. We need sequence. Wow, you are really taking your time, aren't you? That looks awesome. That looks awesome. I think that's about as good as it's gonna get, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now one thing. Now we just need to turn off the text layers and get a picture of the original. So in the end, all I did to it was add a vignette and just vibe it up a little bit. That's all I did. I'm sure the artist won't mind that one bit. Sequence. Look, I promised her that I would not butcher the artwork. And I didn't. But if I had to choose a favorite of the fanfic readers, probably I would have to say Lost. Lost just has that perfect creep factor. And that's not saying it in a bad way. That means she does a damn good job. Alright, let's go show the artist, shall we? Yes, my computer stays with me. Let me check something real quick, though. As soon as this loads. Oops. Come on, today. Alright. Alright, so go to Twitter. Oh, I didn't upload the audio. I just realized that. Oops. Whoopsies. Okay, I just need to shut that window real quick. Dr. Wolf, I don't care for. Scribbler. Personal issues. I need to go to my music. Unless, did I upload it? I don't think so. I don't think I did. There. If I did, well, then we have a double. Oh well. I should definitely have enough, though. Yeah. Let's go to the recents. Did I do it? Did I double? No, I did not. Okay, good. I haven't been on Twitter on this computer for quite a while. So, who knows what's gonna happen. Oh, hey. Never mind. I don't even have to do that. Yeah, I have the finished piece. And if I just do this. There's the actual artist right there. There's the finish. And all I did to the thing was the back image, all I did to it was just give it a little bit more color, like a little bit more brightness, and a vignette or whatever it's called, vignette. Just to prove to you that, you know, I do care for the artist. I don't want to insult their work. And I can show you right here, FX. All I added was color adjustment. Oh, you probably can't see that because my face is in the way. See, I only adjusted the color a little bit, gave it some saturation, and a vignette. That's it. Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. The text was the hardest part. Yeah, I don't want to sully the artwork or, like, insult it. I care very much for the artist, and I know how hard they work on their shit, so I do not want to insult the artist in any way whatsoever. But yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for the piece. I mean, honestly, it looks amazing. And I'm really excited to put this up. Probably, I could do it today. Sure, why the hell not? Why not? Anyways, what am I doing? I have no idea. I exported the thing. Oh yeah, I'm doing the transition effects now. Do I want to do that on stream? Probably not. Chapter 6 is done. Let's see, chapter 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all the work I'm going to do live. And I'm not saying that just because you showed up. I'm just saying that because the rest, I don't need my computer lagging on me. My computer can only take so much. So I need it to export right and all that lovely stuff. So yeah, I'll probably post this today if everything goes fine and dandy. So let's hope. Made that sound, it was weird in a way. I said my mistake. Jennifer, would you like a copy of the piece? You know, I'm willing to give it to you. Oh my god, it's flipping hot in here. So that wasn't that bad. That was actually pretty easy. So she said only Twitter. Yeah, she's the artist. Took her almost a month, but hey, the wait was worth it if you ask me. I know she's still here, but yeah, I'll send her a copy regardless. Whoops. I will send her a copy regardless, so I think I'm going to end the stream there because I'm pretty much done. And now I just need to add the audio. So that's the part where I really need the audio, the editing program to work so I can't have anything lagging up. So thank you guys for joining me. How long did it take me? That took me about, what? About 3 hours. So that was pretty close. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, tuning in, keeping chat with me, helping me, you know, not go insane from all this shit. I'm glad you guys are liking what I'm doing. And what else is there to say? Just thank you for all your support. You know, it really does help. Because believe it or not, you guys do help me a lot. Like an unconditional amount of a lot. You know, I never thought I could do this. This is just something that I never thought I could do because it just never really seemed to happen in my life. But yeah, hopefully you guys just enjoy it when it comes out, which probably will be later today. I don't know if I'm going to premiere it yet. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye!